I've always said that contour lines are the #1 asset we have as professional anglers, because those are the highways that fish travel in and out of their spawning areas. Like, that's how they live their life. It's how they travel. And finding the fish is often the most important thing. And we do a lot of work on the water. I'm at my best when I'm spending time on the water, but there's also a lot of situations where, before we're at an event like the lake behind me, can't be on the water yet because practice hasn't started yet. So I'll spend a lot of time in my One Boat Network app, whether it's on my cell phone or on an iPad, and I'm just scrolling around, right? Looking, thinking about what upcoming scenarios I may see. And then I'm gonna go through and, mark some waypoints. So I can say, okay, I'm gonna mark a waypoint right here. If I want, I can go through, change my favorite settings. I can change colors. So when I have, several waypoints around the lake that I may wanna add, say it's the first day of practice tomorrow, I can go into my little menu options. I can hit draw to select. I can come up here. I can circle the waypoint I want. I can export, and it'll export directly to my graph. It's a super easy and effective way to do your homework off the water and be able to transfer that to the boat, to your Apex, your Explorer, Solix units, and really be efficient on the water and off the water. And then I'll even use it at night during practice for a tournament. Say I get on a bite out there on the water, day 1 of practice. Well, I may come in here and hit depth highlights, and I may start looking and say, okay, they're on these, these offshore humps that are still connected to the bank a little bit. I'm gonna start just scrolling around and I'm gonna start marking those, right? So I may drop a waypoint right on top of that. Say one day, okay, I'm finding them in saddles. It's a herring spawn. They're rolling in these saddles. I may go around and mark a bunch of those saddles and then come in, export those in the morning for the next day or even that night. But the best thing about the One Boat Network app is that it is nationwide coverage. So as long as you have cell service or internet, you can scroll through, look at everything. You're also able to download maps. So I can download a section if I know I'm gonna be out of service, and then you still have all the full features being able to do that. Nothing compares to LakeMaster. If they have went and scanned and done HD contours on it, there is nothing that compares in the accuracy and the detail. Just the other day, we were on a lake not far from here, and I noticed this rock symbol up in the back end of this pocket and this little kick out. So I dropped a rock icon. Well, when I actually got on the water, I realized there is a massive boulder, like the size of my boat, that's just barely under the surface. And so I was able to, pinpoint where that rock was, mark it on my units, and then actually transfer it. So you can transfer those waypoints back and forth from my Apex to my One Boat Network app on the iPad or vice versa. For me, the One Boat Network app is the next best thing to actually being on the water.